Hi, good day to everyone who's watching. I am Honeylett Javier, a graduating student from De La Salle University Las Marinas, taking up Bachelor of Arts in Communication, 19 years of age, from the province of Cavite. And today I am going to share with you some of the things I have learned in my 4 years as a LaSallian college student. I'm going to share about public relations practice, leadership, and failure. First, is PR a job, a career, or a profession? I would definitely answer that PR or public relations practice is a job, a career, and a profession. It just depends on the level of practice. First, you get the job as a public relations practitioner in a firm or in a company. And then you realize that you have the calling for this field, you have the skills, and you are willing to learn more. So you choose this as your lifelong career. And with the prolonged training and the formal qualifications that you have earned as you practiced it for many years, you can now consider it as your profession. You are officially a part of the industry. Then why is it a job? Public relations is something that occupies your time and you earn from it. You practice public relations because it is part of your work or it is chiefly your work. Which means that you perform it because you are tasked to do it. It is a responsibility and a duty that needs to be accomplished, measured, and rated. You don't practice it for your free time or for the sake of a hobby, but because it is your bread and butter. It feeds you and your family, and it provides you your necessities. It is part of your regular employment, which means that you have a boss and you work for certain individuals or a company in exchange of compensation. I also believe that peer practice is a career. It is a chosen path that individuals go through to grow or to train themselves into practitioners. A career is comprised of the occupations held, titles earned, and works completed over a long period of time, and so is the practice of public relations. Practicing PR is an ongoing process of educating and developing yourself. It is a career mainly because you can practice it in different firms and different companies with different positions as long as it is related to your area of work, which again is public relations. As a career, you begin by learning the basics, and as you go along the way, you will educate and aware yourself with its complications, deeper meaning, and its ethics. Like starting from level 1 being the easiest and the last level as the hardest. And after you finish, then you can say that you are already an expert in this career, making this as your profession. Lastly, I consider public relations practice, aside from being a job and a career, also as a profession. Profession is defined by the researchers on the internet as an occupation wherein you are paid because of your academic expertise, meaning there is training and academic grounding. There is a controlling authority when you practice this kind of work. Just like in PR, a lot of experts in the field set the quality control and supervises the code of ethics of public relations practitioners. These higher authorities are from organizations like PRSA or Public Relations Society of America, PRSP or Public Relations Society of the Philippines, and IPRA or International Public Relations Association. Though it is a job, practitioners are expected to meet and maintain their standard of work. Their higher governing bodies monitor the people who practice it. There are some instances when these bodies give accreditation to those who have outstanding performances or to those who have passed their high qualifications. So here are some of my thoughts about leadership. If you'll ask me if I would like to be a leader, yes, of course, I would like to be a leader in the future. For me, to be a leader is more than just having the power and authority over others, but it is more of influencing others to do good and learning simultaneously with the people you are leading. With power comes great responsibility, and a true leader must be responsible to fulfill his duties and obligations, encourage, inspire, and protect his team. They know how to make sacrifices and take the blame if something goes wrong with their work instead of pointing fingers to other people. Leaders know how to be modest with their opinions. They always criticize in private and praise in public. A good leader follows morality, ethics, and has a positive philosophy in life. All of the characteristics I have mentioned sum up to my reasons of why I want to become a leader in the future. I want to have the power and the opportunity to influence others to become better persons as they also help me improve myself. It would be such an honor to be given the chance to encourage and inspire others by the virtues and morals I live with. I want to know what it feels like to be mature enough, to be selfless, and put others before my own needs. All my life, I have seen many people make sacrifices for me. So this time, I would like to be in their shoes and then tell myself later on that for once, I became the person who's brave enough to make sacrifices. I do believe also that by becoming a leader, I can learn more through listening to other people's ideas and mistakes. And if you'll ask me how I have led before, I would say that I am definitely not the bossy one. I treat my members as my friends, but when it comes to serious work, I do know how to draw the limit so they'll respect me and see me as someone who can be trusted and who can lead them. I like to plan first with my team if there are issues that need to be addressed immediately. Though I am not really strict, I require my teams to make an effort to be present on meetings and practices. When I notice when I notice that my member has a potential to lead, I also give them the opportunity to help, speak out, and brainstorm with the team because I observe that when I do this, I also learn from them. Shortcomings and lapses are always there, but with practice and teamwork, I was able to surpass such challenges. Honestly speaking, I admit that when it comes to leadership, I still have to gain a lot of knowledge and experiences before I call myself a great leader. Anyone can start off as a good one, we all know that. But it is hard to sustain and develop your skills and abilities until you reach your greatness or the peak. So it really takes a lot of effort, courage, knowledge, understanding, and experiences before you can call yourself a true leader. There are a lot of things I would like to accomplish as a leader in the future, and one of them is to not just be a leader, but to be an inspiring one. I said inspiring because as a leader, I want to impart some of my knowledge and wisdom about life to those I am working with. It is easy to teach other people technical stuff like making documents, doing reports, but it is definitely hard, and it may even take years before you can teach virtues and values as a leader. I would want my members or colleagues to be moral and ethical with their work and with their lives. I want them to be humble even if they reach the top, to give back when they can, and to see the worth of friendship and teamwork. I aspire for them to gain self confidence, courage, and a positive mindset. Passion is the key to becoming successful in whatever field you are taking, and it is something that I want me and my team to have also. As a leader, I want to leave a memory within my colleagues, not just of how good I am as their head, but on how I was as a person. If ever I become a leader, and I hope that I become a great one, I want to teach other people how to be independent but to never forget that at times of need, learn how to ask for help and appreciate those people who are willing to lend a hand. course, it would be such an honor and an accomplishment in your career to be given the recognition and the words for the exceptional job that you did all through the years and the pride that you can give yourself, your family, your friends, alma mater, and most of all, to God. This just means that all the years of hard work will be worth it because the people you are working for appreciated you and the efforts you had exerted. But even if that happens, I still think that the greatest accomplishment as a leader is not really an award or a trophy that has your name on it. It is something that cannot be touched or cannot be displayed. But I am sure that it will be felt and heard every once in a while. For me, the greatest accomplishment would be seeing those you helped and those you taught before become great people. I don't really mind if they surpass my skills, or they reach higher positions than what I have achieved way back when I was still their leader. Because that just means that I am successful in fulfilling my goal, which is to inspire others to believe in themselves, be brave enough to take risks, and be better individuals. And now I'm going to share with you the story of how I met my model leader. My model leader is someone I met about 6 months ago in Rahamangala University of Technology, Thanyaburi, when I was sent there in Thailand to be an exchange student last May to June 2014. This someone I am talking about is a beautiful, smart, successful, and a very kind woman, Dr. Nata. She is the Vice President for External Affairs of RMUTT and a senior professor at the Faculty of Engineering. Still in her early 40s, Dr. Nataho graduated from an Ivy League university in the United States of America, is already in line with older men leaders in the university and even surpassed some of her older colleagues when she was given the position as Vice President of the university. What is her purpose in leading? Based on my observations during our meetings with her in Thailand, I personally think that her purpose in leading is to inspire others to do their best in every job entrusted to them. I saw how she instructed people who were working for her nicely, and she was very friendly to them. One of them was a Filipino, and he said that he and his office mates were very good friends with Dr. Nata. Her employees respect her because of how she projects herself and her work, and not only because she is the boss. I can see why at such a young age she already holds high positions in the university, and it is because of her skills and how she handles her relationship with her boss and her other employees. And finally, here are some of my thoughts about failure. I remember when I was still a kid, whenever I joined contests in school, and there are times when I wouldn't win, my family would always tell me that I am still the best for them, and that losing in that contest doesn't mean that I wasn't good enough. They would sometimes say that people have different perspectives, and there are just some things in the world that aren't meant for me but are meant for others. I just have to work hard and wait for that thing that is meant for me. It is okay to lose because losing doesn't mean that it is the end of your world. Instead, this is an opportunity to improve yourself to be better and be ready for the next battles ahead. Growing up in a very loving and caring family, I never felt pressured to be the best at everything. Whenever there are times that I failed and got rejected, of course at first I would feel bad and think of the things I should have done instead so I could change what already happened. Then after hearing what my parents would say, I would immediately change my perspective. Family advices really helped me move on and accept things better. It would really make them proud if I achieve a lot of things, but to them, what's more important is that I like what I do and I am not hurting anyone with my choices.